There's probably enough digestate here to do all of our grass fields. There we go. So we turn the pump off, we climb out, we run round, and step one. Excuse me. We turn the pipe off, and then we detach the hose. Yay me. So, and I don't know, I think I watched someone's how to slurry tank with the manure mod. But that's how we do it. So what had happened was I sold this tanker and I bought a different tanker, and I still couldn't get the manure system to work. So I just turned the manure system off. But as soon as I'd done some research and found out exactly what I was supposed to do, we returned all the equipment back to where it was. So we repurchased this slurry spreader and sold the other one. Because of how much we'd used them and what have you, we lost £10,000. So I added £10,000 back, and that kind of balanced everything out. I think we're still down the cost of the hoses, but it is what it is. So we can unfold that. Now the other tank was bigger, but really that's, I think the issue is, well, not so much how big the tank is, but how easy it is to get around. And the thing we have here, because of fields this size, I kind of need the smaller tanker in order to get the spread as good as we can. We'll probably turn the small map on, because that will show us how we're doing. Now we are well short of what we need to be. I could possibly, rather than doing an automatic spread, do a manual spread and up the application rate. I think we're good for now. I think we're covering most of this. Of course, this is very easy to see, which I don't expect it to be easy to see on our newly ploughed pasture just to our left. That's still spreading across there. We'll probably turn this off when we get to the top. And then, oh, maybe not. That's fine.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you doing?
Okay. This feels a lot lower usage than I'm really used to when spreading digestate or slurry, so I think that's a thing that precision farming is giving us, is more efficiency here. So we've got a little patch at the bottom. Oh, right there. I like this really big patch here. And I missed again. I've been watching old Tom Pemberton slurry his fields with his new drip feed, and definitely doesn't look like this does. Okay. There's a little patch there. I think that's a little patch there. But the slurry's supposed to soak in all the way across. Okay, we'll fold that up. Got 8,000 litres left. This field is 3 acres, this field is 0.7. So yeah, we certainly don't have enough digestate to cover the other field. We're going to have to refill the tank. So what we're going to do is run over here and let's do round about here. What did I just do? Nothing. Okay. Lower the drips and I'm just going to run down part of this edge, and it really doesn't have to look nice, it just has to be covered. Of course the system doesn't know, but I wonder, because we own this field, if it's tallying it without displaying it. So that's sufficient for that. Probably going to need the JCB, I think. Oh, we can't spray anything on the other field anyway. Oh, heck, this tractor's out. Let's just put this away. And then we'll go and get the soil analysis tool. It's time, 12 o'clock, okay. Okay, shipment mode and oops. Yeah. Tried fixing the ground here, but it's still a little bit off. And that's how we store this. So, drop. Wink. Let's go find the soil analysis kit. Which unfortunately is behind the telehandler, so we're going to have to shuffle things about. Oh. Shuffle lots of things about. There's something inside of there. Try not stabbing the wall when you do that. Okay. Now, I could, if I had a Merlot, I could actually do the soil analysis with that, because it's a telehandler with a 3-point linkage. No worries. We'll stick that in there for now. Now we can. That's the thing. Now I really don't have a small. The Valtteri is a small tractor, but we don't have very much in the way of really small equipment anymore. maybe when we build up our cash supplies, if I've got a spare 80,000 left at the end of the year, I could do the thing with the stuff. Okay, I have no idea. We will. Brakes on. Okay. Oh, that's how to sample. So this will give me an idea of where the edge of the field is. There. Yeah, we're really. Brakes. Brake is on. But it would be useful to do this sort of deal with, you know, a smaller, more agile tractor than this. But as I've said so far, I mean, our need is for sort of 250 horsepower tractors. We got the Valtra G, which is our small tractor, but that's currently set up with the stuff. Whatever it is, the spraying kit. So I'm not quite ready to remove that just yet, because I think I'm going to need to go out with some liquid fertilizer to those grass fields and get them spread, just to increase the nitrogen, because they are really poor nitrogen content right now. I'm trying not to overlap with field 9. I'm wondering, and that's something that might be a deal, because that field with the sheep in is not a field, it's a pasture. Maybe that's what's causing it not to load the stuff, the feeding troughs. Because I believe that bottom field with the sheep in, that is a field. That's ploughed and all the rest of it, and so the grass is kind of usable for filling up the trough. Oh, that was the bottom. Okay then. And we're moving right along then. And yeah, not very efficient coverage. Okay, that's right about, looks back up, about there. Should get good fill rate, and then if we run over here, stop. That should get the rest of the field. Nope. And what do we do now? Buttons to press. Take soil sample, fold sampling kit 5. That's a good thing. Send soil samples for analysis 10. Okay, thank you. Right. Well, let's turn the tractor on forwards. Okay, that is raised. Where do I want to put this? It's really small and it keeps getting in the way. Oh, let's stick it under this shelter. Yeah, if the wind's blowing in the wrong direction, it might get a little bit wet, but I don't think I'm going to park anything in front of it there, and I also don't think it's going to be in the way of me doing much. Back up there. No. Empty. Okay, so 1300 soil samples analysed. So if we jump to there, whoa, what's that? Nitrogen. So soil types: loamy sand, sandy loam. So it's not a brilliant field, but we're feeding animals. See, this is a field, this is a field, this is a pasture. It hasn't been ploughed or done stuff with. I'm thinking maybe over the winter I want to plough this, and it will then load up the feed trough. Anyway, soil types, yeah. pH is... let's have a look. 6.25, interesting. 6, interesting. 5.75 and 5.5. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It looks like it needs to be higher. This is higher. And this has been harvested a couple of times. Is it 6? 6.5? No. 5.75. Okay, so that's 5.75. This should also be 5.75. It's 5.5. So this could do with a little bit of a boost. But with pH, with nitrogen, you will notice this is all never been nitrogenated before. Oh, that's interesting. This has been mowed before, and so it's counted as well, is it? That's where I've driven. That's where I've mowed in the past. Gone around the field with the loading wagon behind me. So that's interesting. And then this strip here is where we just put digestate down. And that's at 100. That, why is that disappearing when I click 100? Oh, I don't know. I am so confused. That looks higher. Why is that a different colour? That's 120. So for grass that needs to be, it still needs to be higher. We're going to want it up around the 200 mark, but I can run over that with a liquid sprayer and fix that. But we have found that the nitrogen levels, well, let's put the zeros on. So you can nitrogenate soil that you own, that you haven't analysed. Good to know. And then yield, we have no yield on that part. So what do we need to do? We need to go and get all our stuff, all the things and all the stuff, and get to doing the things and the stuff. So step one, I'm going to put a line on the field because then it's easier to see the digestate when you run around. I think I've got line. That's always a question though. And that spreader was also on automatic, so it was putting down lime even though I didn't know, or putting down fertilizer even though I didn't know. Oh, this has fertilizer in it. Ah, well. Fine. What are we going to do? Okay, we will drop the fertilizer down here somewhere. go. Dislodge all those tyres. Oh, that's actually quite a lot of fertilizer that I dropped there. More than I expected. But I'm pretty sure that what we have in here is lime. And what I need to do is turn the tractor the other direction in order to get this as close as I can to it. Well, that's close enough to it, so yeah, lime. And we're probably not putting down any lime until this time next year, unless we buy a field. That's the thing here. I'm not, you know, base game you're doing lime every third application. To drag that over, and I don't think I'm strong enough, so I'll just do that. Let's turn super strength off before we throw the tractor across the map. That's always a bad idea. So yeah, we could lime every time and keep lime ideal level or pH at the ideal level, but really I'm okay with a little bit of lost yield for the amount of lime we would have to do things with, or the cost in, you know, the additional cost in lime. So unfold, yay. There you go, and turn it on. I'll zoom out a little so we can see how much we're wasting. So yeah, this is giving us a good level of lime. But the reduction is so very small. I don't think that we really need to worry the small stuff. But after about 3 harvests, we're going to be getting on for half a litre per hectare low. So at that point, maybe we need, or not half a litre per hectare, but yeah, instead of being the ideal of, you know, whatever it is, 6.5, 7, it's going to be down, getting close to 6.5 where it needs to be 7, or 6 where it needs to be 6.5, and at that point we'll start worrying about, okay, maybe I need to top up the line. Oh, we are going through this like crazy. And again, not surprised, because this is effectively a raw field that's never been treated before. And I probably won't do this when I get round to that sheep field and actually planting that with grass, so that hopefully it will fill up the trough. I'm not going to worry about fertilizer and lime. We'll just plant the seed and call it a day. Just because all we do, the only reason we'd be doing it is to make sure the sheep get fed, as opposed to yeah, I want the yield from this, because it's not going to be a harvestable field. It's just going to be convenience. I wonder if I'll make it down to that little bubble at the bottom. Getting close. It's getting close. Oh, no. 30, we're done. Oh, we didn't make it. And again, useful tractor for this type of job. This is quite a heavy piece of equipment when it's fully loaded. So having something that's, I think most of our tractors were 180 horsepower when we started out for mid-size, and slightly bigger than that for we're just shy of 400 on our big tractors. I was really missing. Okay, open cover, that one there, and that does work. Okay, goody. 1, 2, 4. I go up to about